In a land of sunshine where the palm trees sway, there's a special show to brighten up your day. From rockin' festivals to Broadway dreams, tune in with Bonnie G. It's a desert scene. The desert scene with Bonnie G. Meet the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley, it's the place to be. For all the culture, fun, and harmony. The desert scene, yeah, with Bonnie G.
Mutual Broadcasting welcomes you to the Desert Scene, featuring conversations with the people who make culture, art, and entertainment happen in the Coachella Valley. From local theater to live music, art exhibits to cinema and beyond. Now here is your host, Bonnie G.
Welcome to the Desert Scene, everybody. So happy to have you here, and happy to welcome today as our guest Stephen Skeels, who's a multi-talented performer, actor, singer, songwriter, producer, recording artist, all kinds of great things, and he's got some great projects coming up. Hey, Stephen, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So you have just so many things going on. Let's go back to the beginning and talk about where you're from originally, how you got involved in music and the performing business, and then what brought you to the desert?
Great. I'm originally from Evansville, Indiana. I'm the youngest of 10 children.
Of 10? Wow.
10 children. No one was in show business, but my mom said I pretty much popped out singing and dancing and started performing professionally at age 15. And I was discovered by a producer who saw me in a high school musical. And he offered me a job at a theme park. So I got my first job when I was 15 years old. And I did that. And from there, I just moved to LA, then to New York, then to Europe and back. And I ended up in the desert because my husband and I, we live in New York City full time. And then we were in a tragic car accident about 7 years ago that now has left him in a wheelchair, which has been really challenging. But we needed to get away for the winters because the winters are just too harsh. And we love Palm Springs, is one of our favorite places in the world. And so we came to visit a few times, and then we found a place and we're like, let's spend our winters here. So this is our third winter, and we absolutely love it so much. We've met so many people like you.
Is your family supportive of have they been supportive of your performing career?
They were. My mom, because we didn't know anybody in show business, my mom didn't have any clue or any idea. And so I think that the angels just kind of came down and helped me. That's when I met that producer. And it's just like one door opened from that to the next, to the next, to the next. And so I've been doing it for 47 years now. Just crazy.
So let's talk about your songwriting, because I always find that fascinating. Is that something that you started doing very young, or did that come a little bit later?
That came later. I was working as an actor for quite some time, and I was secretly writing, but too afraid to put it out there into the world for people to see and hear and judge and that kind of thing. And then finally, when I was around like 27, 28, I thought I'm going to really do something with this. And I started recording, and I met with several different producers, and now I've recorded, I guess, 8 albums. Yeah. It was something that came later in life, though. It came late 20s, I would say, is when I first got the urge to start writing.
And let's talk about your album. Your album is called Thankful, right? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, that happened right after the accident. My husband and I, while he was going through rehabilitation, we needed to find something creative to do to take our mind off of the pain that we were going through. And we have a lot of Broadway stars that are actually friends of ours because we've been in the business for so long. And so I had the idea, why don't we take some of my music and have these Broadway stars record it, and then we can give back by all the money that's raised, give back to the Actors Fund in New York City. And so we got together, 22 artists, all donated their time, plus about 150 musicians from the Broadway community, arrangers, and me and my friend Lynn Pinto co-produced the album. And so we have Ben Vereen is on it, Megan Hilty, Beth Level, Norm Lewis, all these really big time stars that are friends, and said, of course, we would love to do anything we can to help. And we raised quite a bit of money for the Actors Fund through that album.
And what year was that you recorded that?
What's that?
What year was that?
Oh, 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And let's talk a little bit about this thing that you have coming up, One Night Only, Stephen Skeels Dreamer, the music and dream of Stephen Skeels. Tell us a little bit about how you put that show together and what's it all about?
Yeah, the impetus is I've been wanting to do a solo show for quite some time to talk about my entire journey from childhood all the way up to now. And so my friend Pat, she has a beautiful home and she calls it Blue Heaven, and she loves to do philanthropy work. And so she said, why don't you do a concert in my backyard? and we can raise money to help you get money for your TV pilot. I'm shooting a TV pilot this November called Never Too Late, which is based on my life. It kind of picks up from the accident, when the accident happened 7 years ago to now. And so she thought this would be a great way to help, because I'm going to independently film it. And so she said, let's just do a concert here and see what happens and bring the community together. This will be our third concert. We've done 2 for community cancer community service to raise money for cancer community here in the Palm Springs area. So this will be the first time doing something a little bit different to help me raise money for my TV pilot. So it's all about my life from 5 years up to now. My first performing gig was at 5 years old, all the way up to now at 64. So it's kind of like a little snippets of my journey along the way in this business.
And let's talk about the particulars. That's coming up Sunday, April 6th.
Correct.
And how would people find tickets or get involved if they want to come?
The easiest way is to do my stevenskeels@gmail.com, and I can give them all that information. I can give them the home address and that sort of thing. So it's just STEVENSKEELS@gmail.com.
And
all this
we're really
Stephen W. Skeels, STEVEN W. Skeels. My husband's in the background there. Don't forget your W. So Stephen W. Skeels@gmail.com.
And we're very excited with Razzle Dazzle because you're going to be joining us on April 18th. So that will be really fun.
I've seen 2 or 3 Razzle Dazzle shows and I loved them. They were really, really, really entertaining and really some wonderful talent. Really, congratulations to you on that. I'm excited to work with you.
And I want to go back to your songwriting. I always like to ask writers, whether it's music or prose or novels or what have you, do you wake up at 3 a.m. with a great idea and sit down and write, or do you say, I'm going to write today from 10 to 11, or is it a combination? Are you very disciplined with that kind of thing?
I'm not. I found for me that I have to find inspiration. I'll be waiting in line, at Walmart or whatever, and I'll hear somebody say a really interesting line and I'll write it down. Or I've had several songs that I've written out of the dream state. I will wake up, I'll literally roll over. I always have my recorder right next to me, a little tape recorder, and I'll roll over and I'll give the idea, or I'll sing the melody, or I'll sing the lyric. I think 2 or 3 of my best songs were written completely out of a dream state. So it kind of comes from everywhere.
And one of the things I've noticed on your bio, which I thought was really important, you originated the starring role in the show Starlight Express.
I did.
Talk about that experience.
Yeah, it was a fluky kind of crazy thing. I was living in Los Angeles at the time, and I had my 3rd final callback for Les Miserables, the role of Marius. And they happened to be auditioning for Starlight Express against the hallway. And they said, why don't you come over and audition? I said, I don't think I'm right for that. They told me a little bit about it. But I just went in and sang 2 or 3 songs. And then, literally on the spot, they said, we'd been to New York, Chicago, all over Europe, and you're our last call, and we want to offer you the leading role. It was really kind of one of those crazy, crazy things. It turned out to be a great, great job. It was a fun time, challenging, the most challenging thing I've ever done in my life. Yeah.
It seems like you had a lot of sort of lucky coincidences, breaks, or not good things happen along the way. Did you ever have a stretch where you were just kind of not working a lot or pounding the pavement or really looking for the next opportunity?
A lot. I've had that roller coaster ride of an actor it's up, but it's down. It's all around. But I'd say the longest stint probably was about a 2-year period where I wasn't getting acting work. And so that's when I just focused more of my attention on my writing and producing. So it's leveled itself out, but I've had a lot of struggling times for sure. What
advice would you give someone, a young performer starting out, 17, 18, really wants to be in this business, a singer, songwriter, actor? What advice would you give them?
I actually teach a lot of master classes, and I tell them the most important thing is to say yes to everything. Go out to all little local clubs, the little cafes, the bars. In New York City, they have all these little, on Monday nights, like Broadway night, you can just go in and just give your sheet music some money and sing, because I've gotten a lot of jobs from that. Just like people will see me or hear me or a friend of a friend. So I just say yes to everything. Try everything. Even if you're really afraid of it, then absolutely try it. And for me, a lot of things I just learned them by doing it on the job. And somebody would say, you want to try this? And I would be terrified. But I'm like, try it. And I've learned and I've grown so much as an artist by just saying yes. I say yes to everything.
I love that. I'm going to have to remember that. Well, Stephen Skeels, a dreamer, coming up Sunday, April 6th. He's also going to be with Razzle Dazzle on the 18th. For more information, Stephen Skeels, SKEELS @gmail.com. Continued success. What a great career you've had.
And I
really wish you the best with the show.
Thank you so much. And I can't wait to sing with you. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Stephen, thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Okay, and we'll see the rest of you the next time on The Desert Scene.
The Desert Scene with Bonnie G. the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley, it's the place to be. For all the culture, fun, and harmony. The desert scene, yeah, with Bonnie G. The desert scene's where you belong with Mutual Broadcasting's Bonnie G. Just sing along. Just sing along.